beautiful people. What's good? What's poppin'? I hope you're having a great day so far. If not, that's okay. That's all right. Come on. Sit down with me. We're going to flip that frown upside down and get into another reaction for you, okay? So I did see a few things about like this Lil Tay OF situation going on my social media, and I was like, why not check it out on YouTube? Because I was pretty sure, maybe some other creators already are aware of this situation, so I could get caught up. There's just simply no reason. It's just weird, to me, that there are people out here who are literally watching children grow up and are waiting for the day for them to become of legal age so they can be, predators. It still makes you a predator because this young lady is more than half of your age. But it beats me. Let's not waste no more time. Let's dive into this Omeezy vid.
Y'all already know what the f going on. Lil Tay's dropping the youngest link of the century. Mark your calendars. Tomorrow, 3 p.m. EST. Lil Tay rich and finna get richer.
And what can only be deemed as perverted news, Lil Tay, yeah, that's right, the once famous girl who was talking about how much your grandma's house was in comparison to a chain that she had, launched in OnlyFans. Let's talk about it.
This Lil Tay, I'm richer than all y'all broke ass 30.
You're 9. She was 9. Talking about other people being broke. That's why I was like, when I used to watch some of her clips, I never really stayed long. Again, I just didn't feel comfortable because, again, she was 9.
I'm rich. What the f all y'all doing with your lives? I'm 9. I was born in Atlanta, and I was broke as hell. Look.
Because you were 9. You're supposed to be broke. I don't know any rich 9-year-old. There may be some.
Look at me now. I'm all better than you, broke ass.
She grew to fame by making these viral videos where she would essentially flex on people having all sorts of money, saying how she was bossed up, etc., etc. And Lil Tay has gone through her share of controversy in her life, not only saying the racial things, but even faking deaths, brothers' deaths, parents being abusive, all these other things.
And I could have sworn she's lied about her age at one point, I think,
in her past. But as we've grown with Lil Tay, and it's crazy to say that, seeing as how she was 9 in that video that I just saw, she has become essentially a staple in our lives on the internet. I know I'm laughing, but I'm trying to be serious because a lot of people do recognize this young girl. But boy, does time fly, because right now Lil Tay is teetering on the edge of being 18, and she does what every other young girl has done that's been on the internet for a long time: prepare an OF link. It started with some cryptic tweets where on July 10th she said age of consent should be 18, which I kind of thought age of consent was 18, but nonetheless, this seemed to be the first indicator of her rolling out something. And soon to come, just a few days later, some videos would drop about her dropping a link and people propositioning her to do so when she turns 18.
So it's my 18th birthday on July 29th, and every mail has been counting down to it and literally telling me to drop the link the second I turn 18.
That's weird.
Girlies, what do you think? Should I do it?
You ain't gonna care what we think. If you gonna ask us, you're gonna do what you want to do anyway, because like you said, you finna get richer, so you're only worried about your paycheck. You're only worried about a check. You're only worried about the dollars that you're finna get from this OF page that you're making. And then 2, we already know that OF is mainly paid for by men. Mainly men are on that app. And it's just so weird because, again, this is just, it's giving predatory energy because they have watched, again, like Omeezy is saying, they have watched this young girl grow up, and really the only thing that is stopping them is the law. Let's be for real. It's the law, because if she was 14, 15 and was able to make OF, they would have been on it. It's just crazy. The times we are living in, man.
Now, this is ultra disturbing for a plethora of reasons,
yes,
because while I think she is some sort of baiter for the content and all this stuff like that, I do believe, based on what I've seen from Billie Eilish, Millie Bobby Brown, Bad Baby, that people were anticipating her and her date of being 18. And it's also crazy because her age has also been like wildly speculated over the past couple years, faking that she was one age, denying that she was another, etc., etc. So these people had to really be keeping track of it. So Lil Tay goes on to even drop a poll, and while she did get majority of people saying don't drop the link, there were still 31% of 100,000 people saying that she should drop the link.
Sick. Because I can guarantee you a lot of them are way older than her, probably.
We all know what the link is at this point. Nobody's oblivious. And just more and more tweets up leading to the big old day where she kept baiting people time and time again, getting millions upon millions of views on all these tweets, adding Candace Owens, asking a good question about her maturity level at 9, getting death threats, but now 18, getting the OF link. This was a very, very weird situation in circumstance. Why it's also weird though is because there's times where Lil Tay was baiting the fact that she is still very, very young. And it's weird on her behalf because it's disgusting that you would use that as a bargaining chip or a marketing tactic, but it's also disgusting because it's working on people.
You already know what the fuck going on. Lil Tay's dropping the youngest link of the century. Mark your calendars tomorrow, 3 p.m. EST. And nobody, including my family, including the grown-ass haters, is gonna stop me. You know why? Lil Tay rich and finna get richer, bitch.
The youngest link of the century is mad devious. Well, the day of reckoning came and Lil Tay did it. She announced it on her Twitter page that she did drop the link, and she had to make sure that everyone was confirmed that all the exclusive content was shot at 12:01 a.m. on the 18th birthday day. I hate to be a technical person here, but Lil Tay, unless you were born on 12:01, then that still means you were underage when the content was shot.
Exactly.
If you were born at 5 in the afternoon, you gotta wait till 5 in the afternoon.
Yes.
Oh God, this is sick. That was sick.
So
but what makes it even worse though
it
is
makes my stomach like just turn a bit.
that in just a short 3-hour span, Lil Tay reportedly made over $1 million when it comes to making OF content. She said, "Not bad for 3 hours. We broke the fuck out of the OnlyFans record." What are we doing?
$1 million?
We lost our way. I'm starting to be convinced we have lost our way, Lord. Goodness gracious.
You guys made her $1 million because you couldn't wait for her to drop content?
Man, sicko.
If you didn't know, Lil Tay decided that when she becomes 18 years old, she wants to hop into that type of industry. And just like Bad Baby, she just made $1 million.
Yep.
Shawty straight up said, "I don't want a normal job.
Nope.
I don't want to go to school.
I don't want to go work for nothing. I just want the fast, easy money." Y'all gonna learn about this physical realm here. I get, of course, enjoy your life. Nobody said don't enjoy your life. Of course, always enjoy your life. But this type of stuff, you cannot take this when we leave. I just dropped my remote light for my lights. My bad. But you cannot take this stuff when we leave here. I just can't. I don't understand it. Where did we go wrong?
I want you to do this. It made $1 million. And from what Twitter is saying, them fiend out dudes got finesse. It's dudes crying on Twitter saying that they got scammed, saying that all they see is normal photos. Do you not see the overall issue that you even went to go pay for that?
If it was, I don't even feel bad because you're weird. You're weird. It's so many women out here that... So many women and men out here that are around you guys' age or whoever, is clicking on this young lady's link. So many opportunities out here. My heart just hurts when I discuss these type of topics because I have so much, I feel like empathy. It's just like, it's very draining. Okay? These situations are very draining because I feel like we shouldn't even be having to deal with this.
Absolutely.
Do y'all just made her $1 million off of being thirsty, bro? This is Bad Baby all over again. Y'all made Bad Baby, what, $23 million off of being thirsty?
There's so many things wrong with this, but we've got to unpack how we even got here. I've talked about it on this channel, and I think a lot of people would agree that the way that we go about putting young kids on the internet is totally disgusting. It's the reason why people like Casey Neistat have completely left his children's public faces off of the internet. Sure, he's shown some of them, which now in hindsight is probably even too much. But being a public entity as a child on the internet unfortunately attracts PDF files. There's no other way to describe what is going on in real time, and especially in the wake of that one guy who had the islands list seemingly disappearing from the government's eye. I think it's very, very, very telling as to how we as a society deal with these things when it involves kids and sexualized behaviors. Before Lil Tay even made this drop, there were people foaming at the mouths on Reddit about the potential content that she could be dropping. Literally saying that, hey, I know it's bait, but I literally cannot control my urges and my lust.
Right. FBI? Here he is. Here, whoever that was. Cause what? What do you mean? You don't have no self-control? Are you an animal? Are you an animal?
Hi, this is 911 emergency. How can I help you today?
Yes, I would like to report a nigga wildin'. This situation even looks worse knowing that Lil Tay has
I'm using that.
been known to lie on the internet. And not just lie about stupid and silly things, but literally lie about her age. And this is to the point where Google can't even keep up. There's been tweets of her having to correct her age. Google is wrong. She's saying she's one thing. She's saying she's that thing. But literally in a year's time, she just went 18 years old. Now, I will say that OF does require users to be 18 years old. They do their own version of age verification check, so we should be able to, you know, at least guarantee that way if we're trusting OF that Lil Tay is 18. But there are people out there that literally think that Lil Tay is 14 years old, like she told us back in January of 24. And they were the ones who were saying, I want to click on the link. Drop the youngest link in the game. One of the bigger problems with this is that these young women, after years and years and years of being sexualized, have been indoctrinated to believe that, hey, sex sells. I need to use my gifts and my assets to go to
they literally, some of them, not everybody, will literally sit there and think, I'm only worth as much as my body's worth. And it's sick and it's sad. But this is what society has molded it into. Towards, you know, funding my lifestyle or whatever the case may be, and ultimately manipulate this audience of men or give them what they want and cave into their fetishes. I really don't know the best technical way to describe this, but these young women do know these things, but this is only after years of being called X, Y, and Z, Schmexy, LMNOP. I can't wait to... Grooming! Literally groomed these young ladies. You turn 18 years old, etc., etc. Bad Baby literally did it and broke oodles and oodles of records. So while it sounds gross, it does make sense that a young woman would leverage her fan base that is begging for this. Again, get your money. If you want to do that, do that. You have free will. These are just my opinions, because I would never do this. But do you? To, you know, kind of tap on those pockets, even though they know it's wrong. Lil Tay was seen retweeting not too long ago that it should not interest you or become attractive to you when a young girl just turns 18 as a grown man. And that's also why she is putting these, you know, non-risque pictures behind this paywall. She is just feeding on these people's disgusting desires as opposed to, you know, fulfilling their actual fantasies. They can't even control themselves to know the fact that they're being baited, but they still want to dive deep into Lil Tay. Yes. I'm sorry. That's why so I was like, my stomach is over here doing knots. It's just it's so disgusting. I think I know of another profession in which I can make $1 million in 3 hours. And trust me, a lot of content creators, if they found a way to tap the pockets of those people that consume their content, would. That's why some of us start a Patreon to give exclusive content at patreon.com/Omeezy. But no, on a serious note, there's a lot of creators who, if they had an audience in which they could tap the... I guess my Patreon just failed. I created one, I don't think I was going to get a lot of support with it. Pockets of, they definitely would. But sadly, they don't, or maybe good thing that they won't. The question is, would you do it or would you not do it? Specifically in this manner. And the only reason why young women are doing these specific things is because sex work has become so normalized in today's day and age.
Lil Tay just made $1 million on...
Let's bring back shame. Yep, I'm gonna be one of those people to say it. Let's start a controversial, I guess, debate about it. Let's bring back shame. How about that? Do y'all agree with me? Let me know in the comments. Should we bring back shame? You know, when women or men, when they do things that are not of what a standard I feel like should be, we just turn our back and act like we don't even know them. They're not even a part of society anymore. Yeah.
On OF within 3 hours.
Let me say it like this. After so many offenses. How about that? Give them a little bit of leniency. Because I can understand a mistake. Because some people do get it right the second time. But 3, 4, 5, no, that's just you.
Hours on her 18th birthday. Please let that sink in. Listen, I'm not here to judge anyone on how they make their money.
Yeah.
But I do think it's creepy that the internet sits and counts down and waits for girls to turn 18.
Man.
Trust me, I get the hustle. I respect the bag.
Yeah.
But when society makes girls, teenage girls, feel like their most valuable asset is their body once they turn a certain age, That's when it becomes a problem.
Speak, sister.
Let's bring back shame, because all it took was 3 hours.
Oh, they said stop clapping. What did I say? Let's bring it back. I'm all for it, okay? I'll be the one to start it. Hey, I've been doing it in my life. I mean, to each his own. Like I said, I just try to stay off social media. I've deleted, like, certain pages, like World Star, just stuff of toxicity. I've pretty much tried to get rid of it in 2025 because it does us no justice as a society. Where do we get? We get nowhere. We're going backwards. I wish people would understand this. We're going backwards. Just a little bit.
3 hours for her to make 1 million. This is the same thing that happened with Bad Baby. Bad Baby made 16 million off of OF, and even she says it's weird how people signed up so quick when she turned 18.
For this video, I've been talking about Lil Tay and other youth content creators and their desire or begging from their audience to drop OF content. But if we're being real, this stuff happens not only for the young women content creators, but literally for all women content creators. No matter the niche, no matter the lane, as long as there is a male presence in it and you are a woman posting content, there are going to be men begging you to drop an OF link.
Stop asking me for the link in bio for my OnlyFans. I don't have an OnlyFans and there will never be an OnlyFans.
You're thinking about how much money you'd make on OnlyFans. Listen, have I had the thought? Like, I wonder, mathematically speaking, how much I would make. Sure, most girls probably have thought that. But have I ever actually considered doing it? Nor absolutely.
You see, these are women with standards. You know? They know themselves. I wouldn't say that the women that are on the app don't. But there are options, you know, I just feel. But get your money. Get your money.
It's happened to some...
Hell, these bills ain't gonna pay their damn selves. So, I guess, get your
basketball creators that I watch that are women. Yes, people are asking them to drop OF content. And it's happened to some car women content creators that I watch. Yes, people beg them to drop OF content.
Crazy.
No matter the age, no matter the race, no matter the demographic, any sort of thing, niche, whatever. There are going to be men begging you to drop OF content. And the question is how/why? Why as a society are we this gooned out? And how do you think it's...
Especially in the year of 2025 where everything is so stressful right now. But the escapism that we do have is toxic. But we continue to keep escaping to the toxic escapism that we've chosen. It just don't make sense to me.
It's appropriate to ask
If anything, we should be trying to get our head on more straight now as a society more than ever. Instead of letting it dwindle down. It's just crazy.
Content creator that you meet or see on the internet that has boobs to drop an OF link. How do you think that that's a way of going about life? Only to then criticize them for then doing the thing that you asked them to do by calling them whatever and over-sexualizing them more and more and more and more and more. Now, a lot of times people do resist the urge or, you know, cave in to make $1 million in 3 hours by dropping the OnlyFans link. That's disgusting. And I'm not faulting anybody that does do it. I'm faulting the consumers of the content.
That's what I was saying. I am too. I'm not even faulting the people who make their money from it. Because at the end of the day, you got I'm sure these people have responsibilities. But these sickos who support this behavior, I'm looking at you.
Just see women as objects and automatically want them to go the OnlyFans routes. I'm faulting the dudes that then DM Lil Tay stuff like this, describing and depicting how you got off
under the jail. Under it. Forget under it. Almost down there by the core of the earth. You might as well be there. Because this is so sick.
To the OnlyFans content. That's just super duper weird. We've talked about gooning problems in America for years, but now it's getting to a point where it's way out of hand. Women can't even exist on the internet without being sexually harassed, and I just think it's just the most disgusting thing in the world. I don't even think there's really a message at the end of this. I think it's crazy that there are sickos that are waiting for these young content creators under the age of 18 to turn a certain age in order for them to drop the OF. I think it's disgusting that people are asking any woman content creator to drop OF links, even though that's not their bag. It's also strange to me when I see women who post like beach photos and stuff like that that's a little bit outside of their niche. OF, link coming soon, link coming. That shit is all so weird, bro. This shouldn't be something normalized. Sex work should be taken much more seriously than just, hey, I turned 18, drop a OF link. The people that are, you know, engaging and encouraging this nonsense really need to be put on some sort of FBI watch list.
Like I said, almost down there by the core of our earth itself, okay? I have no words because, like he said, he summed it up pretty well. This video was a little draining to get through because, again, it's just disgusting. It was good content, of course. Omizi never misses. He never fails for me, you know. But it's just disgusting. It is so disgusting. Like, it makes me want to cry sometimes because as a society, as a collective, when are we going to say enough is enough of this behavior? I mean, I get, you know, we're all our own individual selves. You cannot control other people, but it's just like, you know, I wish there were more like like-minded people connected than there are not those like-minded people, if you catch my drift, if you guys get what I'm saying. Like I said in the Elvis If I Could Dream video, if I could only dream of a world where it kind of how it was when the YouTube era was really good, if we could get back to somewhat of that, it probably would be just a little peaceful, maybe just for a few weeks, you know, just for a bit. But yeah, y'all, they made Lil Tay a millionaire in 3 hours the moment she turned 18 by Omizi. Let me know what you thought about this video down below in the comments. Don't be afraid, don't be shy to leave feedback, suggestions for the next future watch. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you guys in the next video.